Alright, it's September 1st. It's 7:19. This is the plan for today. I didn't do a good job of filming my other batch of peach jams. I'm going to try to do a better job today. This is my second box. It was full. I washed the peaches and then I just split them in half. Take out the pit. I packed that full 5 times, so it's a little bit better than 10 cups. I put it in this pot here, get it good and boiling, good and hot, and then I'm going to put it in the crock pot to reduce while I fill that up again. So today I'm going to have 2 pots going to reduce these peaches down. You got to reduce them down 50%. I'm not using pectin, and I was talking with a elderly friend that's a lifelong canner, and she says, yeah, when you reduce it down and you don't use pectin, you don't need to use sugar. So that's our way we're doing it. There's no pectin, no sugar, but it definitely takes a long time to get it reduced down. So we're getting a good early start here, 7:20. I have 2 of them going, and while they're reducing, I'm gonna pick the garden, and I'm really ambitious. I'm gonna pick the peppers and get them canned up while this is reducing. I got all day to do it, so that's the plan. All right, I'll bring you back. All right, I brought that pot to a good boil. Put it over here in this crock pot. I'm gonna leave it on high for a little while, get it good and warmed up. Then I'll probably turn it down to low and let it simmer. Meantime, I'm gonna get these peaches in that pot and get that going. Alright, it's 9:09. I got these 2 pots going, and they're doing just fine. And then I got this crock pot going, but it's not reducing fast enough. So I'm just going to keep that hot, and as these 2 boil down, reduce throughout the day, I'll scoop some of this into these pots. All day process to get these reduced good. So I'm going to go out in the garden and pick tomatoes and get them in the freezer for ratatouille. And then I'm going to really try to stay productive and pick peppers. I can pickle some peppers while the peaches are reducing. Alright, so that's what I got from picking the garden. I'm going to wash them up, put them in the strainer, and I ought to make one nice freezer bag so that when I'm ready to make ratatouille, it'll be ready. Alright, that sink full of tomatoes made one very nice bag. I got these new bags. They got a pleated bottom and the slider thing to close the top. I think I really like them. And this pot's getting boiled down pretty good. I think I'm going to add some peaches from the crock pot. This one's still just chugging away. Still takes a long time, so I'm in no rush here. But things are going good. Alright, I'm going to take this out in the freezer, and I'm going to go pick me some peppers. So I'm going to try this southern style spare rib and potatoes with a little bit of onion in there. I made the other day. Gonna be my lunch. Let's see how it is, and I'll let you know. Alright, I ate my lunch. It was very good. Spare rib, southern style spare rib in a can. Alright, still got the peaches going here. This crock pot I think is really working better than I thought. Although I couldn't see steam, I think it's doing a really good job. These other pots working away. And in here, I got something new. I'm excited about it. I got some old-fashioned bale type jars. I'm almost out of jars, modern type. You can't buy them anywhere. You can't buy lids. You can't buy nothing. But online, I was able to buy the rubber rings for these. So I'm just excited to play with them. You know, they work for a long time. For a lot of people still use them. I got my grandmother's, and a buddy of mine gave me a bunch of his grandmother's. So I'm gonna cut up these peppers. I'm gonna cold pack them, and I'll show you what that means and bring you along step by step. So far today, I got the peaches going. I got the garden picked. I got the ratatouille in the freezer. Now I'm doing the peppers. So getting something done. Alright, I got these peppers in there. I put, see the old label on there. I used 2 parts apple cider vinegar, 1 part water. A lot of, heavy on the vinegar. Put a little bit of salt. And I put, I forget, 1/4 teaspoon, I think, of the red pepper flakes. These are a lot. Banana peppers, some of them are a little hotter than others, so I'm really not sure how hot. I want flavorful peppers, so I went ahead and put a little bit of red pepper flakes. So this jar is ready to go. It's got the top all on it. This jar has got the ring on it. This jar I haven't put the ring on it yet. So I got these rings. They're made in Canada. They shipped them to me from Vermont. You can't buy any more modern canning supplies. So digging out these old jars and learning how to use them has been kind of fun. And so now I put them in the Carey. Remember I said we're going to do this cold bath. Those jars are totally cold. The brine is cold. The Carey is cold. So everything is cold to start with. And I'm going to put them in there, cover them with water, and start the whole process out from cold. That's a cold bath, right? And it keeps everything the same temperature so you don't crack the jar, right? You don't want to put cold jars, cold brine into a hot water bath. So this is why we're doing cold water bath. All right, I'll show you when I'm done. All right, we got the jars in the water. All right, got the water covering the jars. These are pint jars and a little bit taller than regular ones. Close her up. Press water bath. This time. And whoop. I'm going to give them a couple extra minutes. I don't know why, just for the heck of it. 10 minutes probably is good. And press start. It's going to take a long time for this thing to warm up because it's all cold. It's probably take about a half an hour to get it up to temperature. Alright, I'll show you when I'm done. Alright, so it's time to do what they call a plate test. I put this plate in the freezer and I put a little bit of jam on there out of the crock pot, which to me seems to be doing surprisingly well. And when you tip the plate, it stays all together. That's done. So I think I have to pause this and try these other two, and then I'll bring you back. Alright, so the one on the left is out of that pot, and that's pretty darn good. One on the right, you see the fluid coming out of there? See it moving a lot more? That one definitely needs a little more time. So I'm pretty pleased with this. It's only 1 o'clock. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to start condensing more of this and definitely give that a little more time. And after the peppers are done, I think I'm going to start jarring this up. It's looking good. Alright. Plate test. Put the plate in the freezer so that the jam cools down right away and then see how it runs. I'm going to get the potato masher out and just mash this up a little bit. Got a few bigger chunks in there than I care to have. Alright, things are going good. Alright, we got peppers done. First time I used the old-fashioned jars. Worked just like they were supposed to. Nothing wrong with that. Alright. That's done. And all the pizzas are all done here. All reduced nice. I'm going to combine it all into one pot. Mix it up real good. Start jarring it up. Alright, I got all those peaches from that pot and the crock pot. I got it all in there. Got my jars ready to go. Get them in the Carey. And I'm very happy how it turned out. You know, and this reduced down at least 4 to 1, 5 to 1. You know, I started out with a half bushel box. And that's what I got. And there's no sugar in there, no cinnamon in there, no pectin in there. It's just as good as can be. So I'm going to get in a jar and get her going. Alright, so this is what I got done yesterday. I started out with these 3 jars of pickles. And these old-fashioned jars. I was able to buy these rings online. You cannot buy jars or lids. They're all gone. Everybody and their brother's canning this year. So I found my grandmother's jars out in the barn. A friend of mine gave me some jars. I ordered the rings online, the seals, and we used them. So I like that. I like old ways. And then I made 20 jars of this peach preserves here. Now this is nothing but peaches and a little bit of lemon juice to help it keep its color nice. No sugar, no pectin. This is reduced by approximately 65%. That means, you know, I started out with a half a bushel and I wound up with these 20 jars. So I got rid of a whole bunch of water. That's all I did. And it's not like store-bought jam. It's not as doesn't have pectin in it, so it doesn't have like jello consistency or whatever it is. But this is what I want, and I like it. And I found out in the barn one of my grandmother's. This is a pint jar. No, yeah, I guess it's a pint jar, right? A pint jar of the old-fashioned type. Oh, it's a half pint jar. There you go. So this is a half pint. This is a pint. And the wire is not strong enough to seal it. It doesn't hold the glass top down good enough. So I just put it in here and put it in the refrigerator. And we'll just use it up that way. And yesterday I also got done one big bag of tomatoes for making ratatouille. So all in all, it was a really good day. And you know, this is not what I show people is really not about a how-to per se. If you want to learn how to make peach preserves, there's tons of videos. You want to learn how to make peppers, there's tons of videos. What I'm really showing you is really a way of life, of managing my garden, growing my food, and you know, preserving it for myself. And you know, this YouTube station is really about recovery and how doing all this really helps make my life better and my recovery better. So that's what I'm doing here. That's what I did yesterday. And I'll get back with you next week. What we're doing again next week. Gonna be starting pears pretty soon. Gonna be starting firewood pretty soon. So seasons are changing. Alright, thanks for watching.